sayings, man. Gripping and ripping. What are we gripping and ripping?
That was the last thing in my incognito search history, so I won't tell you what the results were.
Fair enough. This is Super Cup Trappies.
There are more than 7 billion people on this planet. If every person donated $1/4 each, we could raise over $70 billion for butt cancer research. Squeeze a quarter in your butt cheeks. Super Cup Trappies. Super Cup Trappies. Super Cup Trappies. Raising billions to put an end to butt cancer.
Sick too.
Welcome. I'm Ryan. This is Troy, and we have a special guest tonight for the Albums Anonymous podcast. Nick Pulaski from the Rational Republicans podcast.
Oh yeah, man. What's up?
That he hosts, co-hosts with James Ball. Welcome, Nick. How you doing, man?
Much appreciated, man. I'm just happy to be here. It's a Wednesday night when we're recording. I got some beers. I'm out of the house. I'm a new dad, so this is a big deal for me. I'm excited.
That's awesome. So Nick picked the album this week, which is Currents by Tame Impala. And I got to tell you, fucking love it, dude. Like, I've been listening to it the last couple of days, and it's definitely going to be an album that's in my rotation going forward.
It's coming in strong. I honestly, because you'd asked, you're just like, man, what's a good one? What's something that's like, you really got going on a lot of, and I've had it on at the gym. I've had it on in the car. I've had it on. One of the songs has actually helped my 3.5-year-old son go to sleep at one point.
Wow.
So I was it's pretty versatile. There's a lot of, there's some bangers on there for sure.
Wow. All my songs that I write help my wife go to sleep. Yeah. So what did you think of the album, Troy?
Well, the very first track on the album I had actually come across. I keep a very, very long running list in Spotify. I have a playlist called Just Nice. That's just songs that I think are just nice. And the very first song on the album had come across my Discover Weekly way back in the day. And I had added it to my Just Nice playlist.
Nice, dude. Literally.
I didn't know which album it came from necessarily, but as soon as I pulled up the album, it had the little check mark next to it. And I was like, oh, it's on my Just Nice.
Yeah, wait a minute. I have familiarity with this before. Yeah,
this is great. Oh, yeah. And actually, I recognized a number of tracks from the album as I listened through it. I've seen Tame Impala one time.
Oh, dang. Okay. Here in town or where?
No, at Coachella.
Ooh, nice.
So it would have been before the album even came out. That it would have been probably 2011, I want to say.
Okay, that was early days. Nice.
Yeah, but I mean, they were playing whatever this, not the main stage, but the next to the main stage. I forget which stage they call it there. Gobi or something. Not Gobi, it was a different one. Anyways, but yeah, their live set, I mean, their guitars were just on constant flange and phasers that just getting this kind of spinning feeling of you're constantly in this just while you're sitting there in the crowd just listening. It was very hypnotic, but this album, they really leaned into synthesizers a lot more than what I was familiar with before, in what I had heard of them before this album. So they kind of brought in a little bit more of the kind of, I don't want to say, I mean, just more of an analog style of maybe a little bit new wavy kind of feeling into it, in addition to kind of what they had before was very they've always been a very psychedelic psych pop kind of indie rock band, but I feel like this one just had more textures to it, this album in general, but very strong album. I liked it a lot.
I had you guys feel free to tell me if hey, we really don't do stories here, but as a very brief story, I joined.
We do stories all the way through, so
exclusively
go for it.
Talk about whatever you want.
We're all about stories.
Just grip it and rip it, as we had just said. We're coming on the. Let's just go for it. So I had come to Tame Impala from a buddy was a big pool player right after we moved to DC, right after college in 2011. And so we joined this pool league that met at this one pool hall that / bar. And this actually, there was this song that kept coming on, like, Tuesday nights we go out play pool. And I was like, man, what is this? And that was right when Shazam had come out. And it was a Tame Impala. And now I wish I could remember which song, but it was a Tame Impala song that made me download Shazam, because my buddy was like, there's this app where you can just like hold your phone up to the speaker and it'll tell you the song that's playing. And I was like, sick. And that, to this day, that's my first Shazam. But this album definitely felt, the word I was going to use was mature, which I don't know if that's good or bad, but it did feel like they have a more like holistic approach to kind of like what they're looking to do with the sound and how they're looking to express it. I did listen to a different podcast, a subpar podcast from yours, certainly, where they had interviewed, now I forget the name of the guy who is Tame Impala, but he had gone back and said, I start with the percussion. I start with like a drum line, like that kind of a beat. And he was just like, it gets to a point where it's infectious. And he's like, sometimes I'm just like messing around and just like diddling or whatever. But sometimes there's just something and it's just like, wait, like this is actually going to be something. And that was like the genesis of one of those songs. And it's like, it's just really impressive to see the creative process.
Nice. Yeah. By the way, it's impressive that you remember specifically your very first Shazam, that it was Tame Impala. Like, I remember when Shazam first came out. Actually, I think I used SoundHound before I even used Shazam, which think came out even before
a little
Shazam.
before. Nice, dude.
And I remember just being blown away by that technology at the time. And I was like, let me test how good this is.
Right. Like, there's
and
no
I was
way
like, I literally just like put in the most exaggerated Tom DeLonge like impersonation as I could, and I was just like, all the small things, and just like into it, and it picked it up. It got it. Just crazy. Like me singing into it. Yeah, true things, always, I know. And it got it. Like I was singing literally exactly like that. I'm not even exaggerating. But
so nobody asked me what song popped my Shazam cherry, but
nice.
And I don't have a story for that, but somebody tried to Shazam one of our songs from our record label.
Oh, does it like tell you? Wow.
No,
it doesn't.
Oh, okay.
We had to explain to him that it's not going to pick it up.
No. So we were doing our first live event where we were kind of DJing some songs, more or less from our record label, while drinking beer at Level Brewing. And
selling records. We were selling.
Yeah, we
records
sold records. It was a vinyl swap as well.
Selling records, and that's a good spot too. Shameless plug.
Yep.
They're not a sponsor. Level, come on as a sponsor.
No. Yeah.
Oh well, no, they could.
They can have sponsorships with us for free, as far as I'm concerned. Like those guys are awesome. But
actually, I really like that brewery.
Yeah. No,
the
like,
beer is good too. Yeah.
They're very cool. They let us basically do whatever we want for free. We didn't pay them anything. They were just
sick.
come on in.
There you go.
Like, dude, this is awesome. Anyways, go ahead.
So one guy goes up to Troy and he's like, I've been trying to Shazam this song, man. I can't Shazam it.
Yeah.
And Troy's like a little tipsy and he's like, yeah, you're not going to be able to Shazam that shit, bro.
It was Papa John Wendy, too.
Oh, yeah, it was Papa John Wendy.
Nice.
Yeah, not to be confused with Father John Misty.
No.
Yeah. This one
similar genre
is about pizza. But so I did a little research on Kevin Parker, the lead singer of Tame Impala today. And what I didn't know, and I somewhat suspected, but didn't know for sure, but he like wrote and recorded the entire album himself.
Dang, okay.
Yeah. It was just him in Fremantle, Western Australia, missing record label deadlines because he was like fiddling with the sound of the snare, so much like with every little thing that he was doing, which I think was pretty cool. And the other thing that I read that was very interesting is that the way he decided on playing this style of music was he like took some mushrooms and he wanted to do this like heavy rock thing in LA. And then while on mushrooms, he heard the Bee Gees' Stayin' Alive. and it basically brought him to tears. And so he was like so overwhelmed by the emotion that he just like was crying and bawling. Then he like realized that he wanted to make electronic pop and something different and like do it his way. So I thought that was pretty cool to see. Yeah.
That's an awesome way to come to being a musician, an artist, and especially an artist of his caliber too. Because he clearly, if he cares that much about the craft, like he's pretty serious about what he's doing. And I think that is anything that gets to, a ton of radio play or whatever is probably produced within an inch of its life. And there's a lot of consultants or whatever. But if it's just him and he's taking that level of care with the music, like that's a big sense of pride of ownership there.
For sure. Because he was like a DJ, producer, like great musician. So how was the live band when you saw them?
I don't know if I should disclose this or not, but I was definitely under the influence when I saw them and of
relevant?
Adjacent sort of but the like I said, the psychedelic side of it was very pleasing to the ears when I was listening, and like I remember specifically was near constant like phaser guitar effects, flange guitar effects, where it was just these like there were two guitars and both of them were doing these effects that were just like created this kind of interweaving web of just like
that's
like
crazy.
Constantly like going from one side to the other, and like it was panned between the speakers on the stage. So if you're like mid audience listening to this, it's like going the music is just like swirling around you the way that they had it playing. It was awesome. I
awesome.
remember like just being like, this is really good. It was also really hot, and it was like at the time of day where it was like evening, but still like scorching hot, and the sun is just like beating on you.
Damn.
So there was that also. I remember that vividly, but
that must have been some really good yerba mate.
very cool. Yeah. That's the one time that I have seen Tame Impala live. I don't think I've seen them any other time, but yeah, it was good. Really good.
I think I need to do more drugs, but like the right kind of drugs.
I do think I say this as a guy who like, I drink red wine. Like that's a Cabernet is my drug. But I do think there would be good, like, if you have like a shepherd who's somebody who can like, if you're going to do this, we're going to go to like an EDM show or something like that. And like, here's the experience, just like you do when you do a wine tasting, like, there's like some black cherry in this, there's like some terroir, whatever. It's like, here's, we're going to go see, Millennium or something like that. And like, these are the notes that I want you to pick out when we're on Molly. And then 2 weeks from now, we're gonna go back to the Sphere. We're gonna see Millennium again, but we're gonna be on shrooms this time. And like, now here's the tasting notes that I want you to pick up on. Like, that would be a fun experience.
A psychedelic sommelier.
Bro, dude, yes. Oh my God, yes. Career opportunity right there. That would be sick.
Well, yeah, this is what I got to do with my career. Just rethink where my career fits into 2026. But yes, psychedelic sommelier is a good idea, but I think we should play another track. We have another track here that I think I'm just thirsty to play, really. It's called Rockstar Dad by Lame Impala.
Songs too on days I need chill. Trevor left with that girl and they were in lust. rocks, now they're tired AF and wiping butts. Getting old is funny when you're holding on to cool. I know I'm a rock star, but the kids don't care. I still need to be there and get them snacks. I make a song about snacks and this and that. It's great, but mate, is it different? I need a snack, give me that snack, or I'll have a tantrum attack. I need some food, put down your guitar, stop recording that idea. Now I'm the rock star. I trash your hotel, trash the kitchen, toys in your bed. This kid's on a mission. I just wanna make music, but the kids need stuff. I'm just sitting at home and wiping butts.
Oh yeah. Break it down. Lame Impala. Hear that sound. Land the plane.
It's pretty good, dude.
Yeah. That's more like a fade out song though, at the end there. It just keeps going. But that was Lame Impala. And I don't think it was a jab at the band, Tame Impala. I think it was maybe this musician tried to be as big as Tame Impala, but they didn't really make it. But they're still writing songs and wiping butts. And,
Dude, as a 38-year-old, we all have children. That's a very, you try to hang on to that part of you that was like, man, I was young. I was cool.
Yeah.
I can drink. I can hang. I can do stuff with my friends. And then at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, your kids don't care about any of that. That's very real.
Yeah. I mean, so even if you're like a rock star, I think even Kevin, the lead singer of this band, also has children too. So maybe he could relate to this song. Maybe he'll cover it.
I was going to say, we'll get him to listen to this podcast, hear that for the first time. Then, yeah, it's like the beautiful little cycle. Tame covers lame, lame covers tame.
Yeah, exactly. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah. How did that one make you feel, Nick?
Honestly, I do appreciate the fact that the lyrics are, I guess I don't want to say satirical, because it is as elder millennials, a lot of us have kids right now, and that really is that's what life is like, man. Kids need
reality.
stuff, and there's toys everywhere, and you're eating crap all the time, and there's poop all the time, and whatever. The music itself, I thought, was pretty fun. That it had a pretty good beat. That was pretty fun. It was pretty light. It was pretty airy, but it was engaging, and it was kind of the same as it was a very different kind of drop from the first song, but okay, when the lyrics start, it's all right, we've got a funny thing going on here, but song itself, not too bad.
Yeah, it's kind of groovy. What I liked about the album Currents by Tame Impala is I could tell he was a drummer because the rhythms and the odd time signatures were really fucking cool on that album.
It was definitely it's definitely a cool kind of experience to be able to go back and I know very little about music, but I am fortunate in my life to be surrounded by people who really do, and you can kind of start to pick stuff like that out. And it's okay, when there's really good guitar players, that's going to be kind of the thing that
right.
That's what drives a song. We'll come up with lyrics afterwards. We'll come up with percussion. We'll come up with bass. We'll come up with effects. Whatever. But if you're Jimmy Page or Joe Satriani or whatever, you're a guitar player, and that's going to be the thing that drives the melody, drives the themes, drives everything. And like you say, with Tame Impala, it's that. And your story earlier about how he would miss deadlines because he's obsessing over these tiny little goofy things, and gives you license to do a lot of kind of fun stuff, mess around with time signature, whatever it is. And it's it does make for a unique sound.
Yeah. I definitely get in those modes too, where because that's what I want to do. I just want to fiddle with a knob all day long. That didn't come out right. Shit. Kevin Parker. Not his knob. But I just want to fiddle with a knob all day long. This next song's called Fiddle with a Knob. Where was I going with that? But I'm definitely of the suspected ADHD type where I hyper focus on stuff And then some stuff I'm just like, this is so painfully boring. I can't even do this, but I have to. And it stresses me out. But yeah, I want to be fiddling with knobs a lot.
In a least euphemistic.
How many knobs?
Or maybe actually, yes.
Maybe you should just focus on your own knob that
Just
you're
as
fiddling
many as
with.
So
There is another band on the label called Vlad the Impala.
okay, yeah.
And they have a song called Swap Meat for Beat.
Oh no.
So are you guys familiar with the history of Romanian Ottoman Empire era? Like,
Fill
do you
us
know? Doesn't matter. Do you know? Let's just play the song, and then we can talk about that after.
What
Let's
about
do
you,
that.
Nick?
Let's
Are
do
you a
that.
history guy?
Not this particular genre. This is I got to read up now.
You guys
I'm
know.
excited.
You guys know Dracula.
We do know Dracula. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, Vlad the Impala. Does that ring a bell?
Makes sense.
Okay.
I've played Castlevania.
Okay. Let's play the song.
Okay.
I used to devour red meat, the bloodiest, rarest beef. But Vlad has lost his taste for flesh of carcasses based. Now vegetables a special little treat. Beet juice is just as good. Beet juice, it looks like blood. Beet juice is healthy food. Beet juice, I'm in the mood. Beet juice is just not appetizing, at least not for healthy dietizing. This better for environment. Vlad lives to see retirement. I plan long-term financial strategizing. Beet juice is just as good. Beet juice, it looks like blood. Beet juice is healthy food. Beet juice, I'm in the mood. In my home country, I'm called a goth. People cook with bones to make soup, but veggies can be used to make broth instead of cartilage to make soupy goo. Beet juice is just as good. Beet juice, it looks like blood. Beet juice is healthy food. Beet juice, I'm in the mood.
I feel like we need some like Romanian beat companies to sponsor us for that song.
Bro, the face that you made, like right when you saw what was going on, that's why you do podcasts on video. For sure.
Wait, did it say something about cock?
No.
Did you pick out cock?
No, I don't know what song you were listening to, but it was that what that face
Thinking about
was.
knobs a lot.
There were low key. That's a good one.
Oh, because I've been watching that show, Naked Attraction.
Oh.
I've been seeing knobs
Okay.
and boobs and vaginas.
I like that you have to even it out. You're like, let me little sprinkle of naked women in here too.
I totally had to. I mean, majority were boobs, But yeah, definitely.
To each his own.
You see the knobs on that show too. Troy, will you say something and not just like judge me? with your
Well,
face?
what did you guys think
sake.
that song was about?
Well, again, it seems like we kind of got the theme of like, all right, there's going to be kind of something funny, satirical, unexpected, whatever. He did kind of sound like Tame Impala, like both in terms of the beat and in terms of his voice. And I was like, this guy's like, all right, this guy's kind of on his game.
Yeah.
But again, that was a bop. That was a good one.
Vlad the Impala.
Yeah. I think this is about being a vegetarian and trying to be healthier. Maybe for cholesterol reasons.
Low-key, I like beets.
Yeah.
Not even a shit. Nobody else in my universe ever will eat them. So it's just like if sometimes we're out at a restaurant, but
Yeah.
it actually is pretty good.
I think there's even an extra layer to that, though, that it's about a vampire who has become a vegetarian.
Wow.
And they're trying to rectify that
I also like
by going after beet juice.
Again, the beats. I like
Because,
beats like the song. Beats.
yes.
We got a little triple.
Yes, and even more layers there.
What song was that? Beats?
Well, that there's beat. He liked the beat within within the song itself.
I like BEET to eat, but I like BEATS to listen to.
Cool.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. I was sorry, sometimes when this kicks in and I tried to get a sponsor with them and like it seemed like it was going well, then I got ghosted. So
Shucks.
I'm not gonna say the name.
Because we'll turn it around. Nobody
Yeah.
wants to know.
Well, yeah, we don't need to worry about that. But I think we should
It's good stuff, though.
given my current state, listen to another song right now, just so I could ease into how I feel. This song is called Water in the Hole. It's pretty good.
Hell yeah.
Some shower water in your butthole. Make it all clean. 180 jump to your front side. Make sure you scrub your ween. And your balls, and your balls, and your balls, and your balls. And ooh, you've got to scrub that thing. Ooh, gotta soap up your wing. I said, ooh, when I touch that thing, singing, ooh, gotta make sure it's clean. And my balls, and my balls, and my balls, and my balls. Don't jump in the shower, folks, after you pleasure your bum with water.
Pleasure.
That's definitely incognito. Sounded fine, bro.
Yeah, I think Lame Impala found a niche market there. What do you think of that one now?
That sounded like kind of like golden era Justin Timberlake, Pharrell. Like that would have been right there. Like that would have done numbers in like 2013, 2014. Like people were tripping over themselves for that literal exact type of sound.
Yeah. There was a disco aspect to it, but like a modern disco take. It reminded me of, I saw what do you call it? Like an infographic, or like, you know, what you see at a medical office where they've got like people that have like red spaces on their body, you know?
Yeah,
and
dude,
they're
word.
like,
Yeah.
whatever. And it was like how men wash themselves. And it was just like you know, that kind of doctor's office infographic. And it was like soap, and it was like face, armpits, crotch, and then the rest of the body was like a different color, and the like tag to that was water will get it.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, that's true.
Got wet, that counts.
Yeah, water will get the rest.
Yeah.
Dirty is your upper back ever really gonna get? Like, man, got underwater. I don't really
Water
get soaked
water
back
will
there.
get it.
It's
Yeah,
fine. Yeah.
it will.
And I just bought a nice like scrubby loofah, and I've been, you know, you get the feet, feels real nice. It feels like a treat. Like,
Hey, is
like a
it
cheap
real? Is it real loofah?
spot. What is real loofah?
So Do you guys know what loofah actually is?
No.
It's
I
like
didn't
an ocean animal, isn't it?
That's what I thought.
Oh shit, it's not? Okay.
It's not.
Shows what I
It's
know.
a plant. You can grow it, and it's essentially the inside of a seed pod. And like the big spaces in between, is where the seeds are. And so it's just the way this plant grows as like a giant seed pod. And it just has this like fibrous sort of texture that works really well for exfoliation.
Look at that.
It's a
I learned
plant.
something today. In a million years, I'd have never guessed that.
Yeah. I thought it came from the ocean also. I thought it was like some sort of sea creature or something. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but that's what I thought too.
Hey, this is what we're doing here. We're educating.
Exactly.
I scrub my balls with a starfish.
I also liked it of that chart. Ryan is on the complete opposite end of the bell curve where there's like a specialty, like designer cleansing products that we go through and a set routine in the shower. All other men are just like, I don't know, like I'll scrub my armpits with soap because I put deodorant there and it gets stinky and everything else is probably just fine. Ryan's got the whole skincare routine going.
Well, I'm just starting it now.
How's it going? What do we
The
think?
starfish or the loofah? Because you just said that you got a loofah brand new. So where did the starfish come in?
It's just to diversify. I grew up by the sea, so I just want.
You just walk around and you just clean yourself with whatever you find. Some days it's a clam. Some days it's an old Coke can. Some days it's starfish.
The clam days are good days.
Lives in a pineapple. Ryan lives in a pineapple.
Under the sea.
Under the sea. Yeah, all right, nice.
Porous and yellow, absorbent is he. All right.
Do you know the rest of the song?
He does.
Nautical nonsense be something you wish.
Then drop on the deck and blub like a fish.
SpongeBob
You knew it.
SquarePants.
There we go. Yeah, you got it, brother.
SpongeBob SquarePants. Nice.
Classic.
Watch that be the next song. You just spoiled it.
I wish we had some
No,
SpongeBob.
Spotify will take our episode offline
hard
because
pass.
of what we just did, actually.
Yeah. No.
So
So Nick,
For many reasons.
what made you choose this album, man?
So admittedly, I was kind of struggling. I was like a little self-conscious because again, I'm coming at this from like, I'm not I know I would describe several of the chords on the guitar. Like that's about the extent of my musical knowledge. I'm not a particularly creative individual, certainly least musically talented. I legally can't sing karaoke in several states. My singing is so bad. But so you'd said, I was like, hey man, like come up with something where we can talk about the album and, we'll just, if it's jammy, that's great. If it's reggae, that's great. Anything else, like we'll work with whatever. And I was like, they think I'm cool. They are about to be disappointed. But what would a cool person do in this situation? But I had seen, it was just, flipping around on Instagram, like literally a year ago. And it's like, here's, the top 5 albums with no skips. And like one was like The Weeknd and one was like, a bunch of other just like, random crap or whatever. But this one had stuck out. And if you've seen the cover of the CD, it is kind of, it's like a checkerboard with like a marble kind of rolling through it. So it is kind of like trippy. It is kind of like,
it's a very cool album art. I
is.
like it a lot.
yeah, to whatever extent we look to go back and judge that, I was quite taken. And I was just like, oh, dang, like, okay, yeah, like I want to go back and check this out. And a week or two, funnily enough, a week or two before you had texted and said, hey, this is, kind of what we're thinking about or whatever. One song had just popped up that was the same thing. And I was just like, man, I got to get this on my radar. Like this just, I don't know what this is, but this just sounds great. Popped it up. At one point I had like an hour in the car and I was just like, what would be fun? I was like, let me just go back and put the whole CD on. And then you're sitting there, you listen to it and it's like, oh, dude, like he fucks. Like this guy knows what he's doing. Like there's not a like 3 what are going to be hits and the rest is just like filler or whatever. Like he's very intentional with a lot of what he's doing. Yeah. And again, it was pretty ubiquitous. And I was like, I had this idea for a couple of weeks and I was like, let me try to explore a couple different things. Let me try to go back and find something in this genre, something in this genre, something in this genre, and try to like compare and contrast. I don't know what I was thinking, but I kept coming back to this. And finally I was just like, I can't think of anything better than this. And like, I just kept having it on repeat. And that's so many different kind of like normally your driving music is going to be different than your gym music. Normally the music that you have when you're emptying the dishwasher is going to be different than the music that you have when you're like on a float with your friends or whatever. But like this, it was just kind of ubiquitous. Again, I say this as a non-music person, but it was just like, I want to talk to people who know about music about what I think is like pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a great choice.
Well, I think you were definitely going on the right track. And like part of what we is kind of become an almost side mission of this podcast, not necessarily intentional, but it's become kind of just what has come about, is that people should be listening to full albums, which they really don't anymore since streaming has become the primary way of going about this.
Yeah, chef.
And yeah, you know, you could argue even going back to radio and everything, like there's a lot of people that just don't listen to full albums. And there's a lot of albums that have one really good song on it and the rest of it is shit. And that's fine for what it is. But like there's a lot of albums out there that are really meant to be listened through from beginning to end. And I think that's kind of a lost art form. And I think that what we're doing here kind of forces at least us to really listen through an album from beginning to end. And it makes you think about the entire artist and it makes you think about the kind of universe around the artist, like in a different way, that I think is useful and healthy.
Before Troy asked me to be his podcast life partner,
Were you waiting to be corrected, or like, that was a dramatic pause there?
I wasn't expecting that. He's never said that before, but that was, yeah. You know, I mean, I'm not
disagreeing.
I'm not disagreeing. No, we are, that is actually pretty accurate in a lot of ways. Like if we were to stop doing this podcast for any reason, it would feel like a divorce. It would feel, yeah.
I would cry a lot. Tears. But what I was going to say is, before he asked me to do this, I was like just kind of getting lost in the Spotify algorithm, and it wasn't good. There was some point with Spotify where they like changed the way they did their algorithm to where it started looping you back into the same shit you've been listening to. And if you're like, you know, suffering from maybe some depression, that makes it hard for you to like actually listen to good music. So like I was listening to a lot of just like singles and like just like shitty Spotify radios that just kept on looping back into the same fucking songs. And it was kind of frustrating. And so when he asked me to do that, it's like, you know, I was like, yeah, let's do this.
Can I put that into even more perspective? That when he was discontinuing his subscription to Spotify at the time, and he spent quite a long time, even well into doing this podcast, where he did not have a Spotify subscription, did not have any sort of subscription.
Never did the homework.
The music he was listening to, he was renting CDs from the library.
Oh, dude, bro.
No, I'm not even joking. He was actually renting CDs from the library. And at a certain point, I was like, dude, you got to rethink the way you're going about this, because that doesn't feel sustainable. the way we're doing this. So, but eventually you came back around. You did get back onto Spotify, but I think the problem was that it was the way you were using Spotify, right? It's not Spotify. It's like your specific relationship to it, right? Like,
Yeah.
So, well, but I would wonder, what is the likelihood that the majority of people are kind of using Spotify the same way that you were, which not to cast aspersions or, you know, anything, but like, I think this is kind of a broader theme in our, you know, this is 2026 as a whole. Like we watch Instagram videos that are 6 seconds long, and we have little mini episodes. We have YouTube clips. We can't sit through a full movie or even a TV show without like texting and second screening, as it were. And I think this is like not to speak ill of our wonderful overlords at Spotify, please don't shadow ban us. But there is a desire in people our age to kind of like, what's the bullet points? What's the Chat GPT summary? How can I kind of absorb 80% while doing 20% or 5 or 2% worth of the work? And we've kind of gotten away from long form anything, whether it's reading books or whether it's watching whole movies or whether it's like, you think about like, everybody loves Game of Thrones. You think about going now back to watch like 7 seasons of whatever, 10, 12, 15 episodes that are an hour long. And it's just like, oh man, like if you missed the boat on that, you missed the boat. Like nobody's going to go back to go do that. Now everybody's attention span is just way too short. And if you have this music service that, because I remember that too, when the AI thing came on and it's like, hey, I'm your personal DJ. And it's like, you just played the same 8 songs. Yeah, it's 8 songs that I really like, but I'm not always in the mood for those specific 8 songs. Like, you feel like you're into country tonight. It's like, it's the same 8, country songs or whatever. And it does not ever force you to, get out of your like loop a little bit, get out of your rut a little bit, which I, again, not casting aspersions, not saying you're in a rut, not any comment like that. But it also doesn't really let you consume the art the way that I think the artist intended. And I think that's a fair question. Like what even is art? Does it matter what the artist wanted? Does it matter what he thought the painting was or the food dish was, or in this case, the album was, or does it just matter how we receive it? And if we only receive 5 or 10% of what he wanted, is that sufficient? Are we still consuming it? Or would we be better off having never heard that one single if we're never willing to listen to the album as a whole?
I think that it depends a lot on the artist itself, but I think that we're seeing a little bit of a change, especially with the younger generation coming in, that I think they do crave a little bit more of that artistic side, that they want less of the like, just feed me the bullet points. I think we're going to see a little bit of a reckoning to that.
Right.
Over the next, who knows how long.
Chills.
Where people actually want the long form stuff.
Yeah.
They want the full experience as it's intended. And I always go back to like Maynard James Keenan, one of my all-time absolute like idols in music.
Tool and
Tool, Pussifer, Perfect Circle, where he like really, I mean, not just him, but everybody in the band really felt strongly that like they actually did not allow their music. Tool didn't allow their music on Spotify for a long time for that reason, that they were like, our albums are meant to be listened to as one full piece of art. Like you have to listen to the whole thing. Like if you're just listening to one song at a time, you're not getting it. You're not getting what we're doing. And that was really, really important to them. And I think that we're going to start seeing more of that. And I also think that like podcasting as a form of media is also kind of like the same sort of feeling in like, people are less inclined to go to what do they call it?
BuzzFeed.
Legacy media, right? Like
which is not BuzzFeed.
CNN,
I missed that one for sure.
No, well, BuzzFeed is another example, not legacy media, but like they're less likely to go back to like that form of like consuming information, where like I think people are more likely to go to podcasts for news going forward. If we're looking at the future, like they want to hear, if they're getting in the car for a commute or they're like on the bus on their way to wherever, whatever they're doing, like they want to hear somebody in an interview with somebody else talking real talk and like having real conversations. And like that also, I guess, is just kind of ties into the main point that you were just making, and you were just making about like the whole piece, that like being able to sit down not necessarily sit down and focus on that specifically, but like being able to like experience the actual full piece of art instead of just like a segment of it and just moving on to the next segment of something else. Like, I think people are actually recognizing that like that's not healthy, and I don't actually want that either.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
know?
Yeah. Well, so before I asked Nick to do, or asked him if he wanted to be a guest on the show, I didn't know that he had his own podcast. And it makes sense because, like, when I was thinking of people that would want to come on the show, I was like, Nick's got a great voice. He's got a great personality.
Great voice.
He's got
You really do.
a lot to say
yes,
all the time.
Much
he has
appreciated.
a bunch of just like funny little sayings and jokes and stuff. And you tell great stories too.
Thank you kindly.
Which is great. So Nick's got a podcast called The Rational Republican. Could you tell us a little bit about your show?
Yeah, you bet. So what had happened was in 2018, I was working on one campaign here in the state of Oregon, and I'd gotten to be friends with another buddy who was working on a different campaign. Both come November, both of the candidates that we're working for had lost. So all of a sudden we're just kind of looking around and just be like, well, shoot, that was a fun experience, but obviously like wish my guy would have, done better. And we sat down afterwards. We very quickly realized that our politics were pretty well aligned. We were both working for center right candidates. I'm a Republican, he's a Republican. We were working for two Republicans. We think of ourselves as moderate, centrist, pragmatists, but still people who are Republicans and frankly don't want to abandon the ship to the pirates of where we are now, which we can go down that rabbit hole. But we just sat down and had a cocktail at the Bible Club in Selwood. The majority of your audience is here in Portland. Bible Club's a great little cocktail spot if you're ever bored. And found out that our politics were quite similar. And then we had a second meeting, you could call it. We were just drinking beer at a bar. And he said, look, I had this idea for kind of starting a podcast. And our thesis was basically the same as yours. The thing that we tell people is that we just want to be three friends sitting in a bar and you're on your way to go pay your bill and you happen to overhear a conversation. And maybe you know a lot about what's being talked about and maybe you don't, but you can just tell, even if you don't, that A, the people who were sitting there talking do, and B, they're having a good time with it. They're fun and they're joking and they're jovial, but they're also respectful. They're also knowledge. They're also like we're just curious for what we all think about things. And if we learn something new and change our mind, like I knew about the loofah tonight, that this is definitely new information for me, but that there is an opportunity to not just have news in this bite-sized processed McDonald's kind of format. There is an opportunity to kind of have longer form discussions and have more meaningful back and forths in the form of a podcast, but specifically in the form of a longer form podcast. So that's kind of how we got started. And that's, that was 2018. We're still here today.
For sure. Awesome. And I'm like a kind of middle left guy, but I'm open-minded. Troy, you could speak to what you are. You're a guy.
Yeah, I'm the Presbyterian.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to put you guys on the spot. We don't all have to get into our...
No. But like...
No. I'm an independent. I just...
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
So like, and I knew Nick was like active in local Republican politics in Portland, but I also knew Nick...
Which is a booming part of the...
I was going to say, if you guys ever want a good
Portland
time...
politics, by the way.
Yes, sir. Yeah, buddy.
Portland Republicans Club is around the block.
Meet at an old hotel up on Hayden Island. It's a fun time. That's a true story. That's really is where they hold their meetings. That's
really.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Do they have like cool like jackets that they wear for it, embroidered?
No, there are no jackets. Sometimes there's pins. The last time I went to one of those meetings, me and my buddy had a 12-pack of Coors Light. We drank the whole thing.
Dude, do you think Coors would sponsor your show?
Okay, I don't know, but there's one way to find out. We drank a lot of it that night.
Yeah.
We could ask.
I don't think Coors needs to sponsor Republicans. They've got a rap on that crowd, I think. Yeah.
There you go.
But I think it's really cool what you're doing, man. Even though like we won't agree on everything, but like Nick's a very open-minded guy. And that's why I feel like if you're on the right and you're on the left, you should hear from people that are open-minded so that you could hear like a real rational perspective. Because what you get from the media that's like using all our data and all that bullshit is going to be skewed one way or the other, but it's not going to be like actually objective. So I think it's pretty cool that you're doing it. I will definitely check it out. But I think we should listen to another song right now. So Rational Republicans, check it out.
Bro, I thought you were going to throw it to one of our episodes. I was like, oh God, please don't do that.
I'm not that good. All right. So we have a song called This Band that is having a little bit of a moment right now on TikTok. I don't know if you know, but the Peanuts
Can't?
song, by Can't is
Can't.
It's becoming a little bit of, it's sparking a lot of memes on TikTok.
Is it?
Yeah, it's about up to like 20,000 views. It's doing good.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And lots of comments with like really funny gifs. And I learned about this guy Fernando that does this like awesome dance. And he, I think he's got a channel on YouTube called Sexy Lobster. And Dance of the Man Whore. Look it up on YouTube.
Wow.
It is fantastic.
Sick.
I love it. It's so funny. It's got millions of views. But somebody posted this GIF on our song that we played by Can't called Peanuts of Fernando dancing. I was like, what is this? And somebody responded. So I'm learning a lot, which is pretty cool. But we have a song by Can't, a new track called Constipated. So let's take a listen.
That's the theme. Hell yes, dude.
Yeah.
Oh no, I need to poop. I think I missed my opportunity. I usually stinky at 9 a.m. sharp, I means. But I guess the stress of being a dad got me. Now when will I poo? I don't wanna go out in public. Fear of unknown. Money's tight, will I have to buy something to go? Yes, that line was fire. Sometimes peanuts help me poop, although I'm allergic, but I'm not full allergic, just poop allergic. Makes me dance crazy too. Funny arms and goofy legs, also fire. I like nuts. Oh, back to this, I farted a little, but one of those tight stress farts that's like society has gotten me down all day. And all the tension in my took ass with no one wanting to massage it. You could buy a massage, but it would cost more for the tip due to social flatulence costs. Sometimes I wished I had poo shoe covers so that no one would know it's me on the toilet at work. But now I just wish I would poop. Also, I don't have work. This economy, I'm constipated. Constipated. I'm constipated. Big peanuts, little peanuts, salty peanuts. I'm allergic.
Dude, absolutely yes. 11 out of 10.
Nice.
My favorite part was like as part of the lyrics, it was like that line was fire. that was my favorite part. That was my favorite part.
The confidence is
It was really stream of consciousness. that was good.
Yeah. I mean, you got to believe in yourself, or else nobody else shall. So, I think we have another Can't track if you'd like to hear it.
Can we play the Peanuts song? I haven't heard that one in a long time.
Yeah, we can put the Peanuts
Yeah,
song.
now I'm curious. What we got?
Yeah, I didn't know that was like having a moment on TikTok either.
It is. So, Can't was inspired by this krautrock band from the 70s called Can't.
No,
No, damn it.
Can.
By Can. That from Germany?
Germany, yeah.
That Troy brought as one of the albums. And
Callback.
we just so happened to discover this band called Can't, who sings truth. They sing about all the things they
Also
can't.
German. Yeah.
They really okay. All the things that they can't do. So in this last song, he can't go to the bathroom because he's constipated. But in this song called Peanuts, you could hear what he can't do.
I'm allergic to peanuts. It's the only nut I'm allergic to. Some people are allergic to tree nuts. Not me, man, just peanuts. I can eat walnuts, almonds, cashews, and hazelnuts. It's just peanuts I can't eat. It said that peanuts are closer to a legume rather than a nut. Maybe that's why. Maybe I'm allergic to legumes. Can I eat snap peas?
You can.
Can I eat garbanzo beans?
You can.
Can I eat chickpeas? That's the same as garbanzo beans, man.
I like that legume was used as the drop, and we had a key change. We had like everything. Like, that was great.
That's good analysis right there. I think we should go with another can't track. Public restroom. But well, we're just firing them off right now.
Do you want to go out with me? Tell me something embarrassing. I'll go first if that's cool with you. I have lots of anxiety about where I poo. I like home court advantage. Train my butt to be a morning pooper. But sometimes the movement isn't there of the bowels, and then I'm scared my poo may hide and not come out, or it brave, and I have to find a public restroom to do what humans got to do. Oh, drunks have feet on this here seat. Now my butt is hovering in a public restroom.
So how about that date? Ooh, you're so gross. But I love the honesty. But honestly, I'm like really into Chad right now. He's kind of a psycho, but he's really hot, and he doesn't have a problem going anywhere, you weirdo. But if you had to know, I only wipe on Tuesdays.
Fine, I said it, and it feels good to share that with someone.
But you seem like a nice guy.
You wouldn't tell anyone, would you?
And actually, I train my butt too.
Girls are gross, and I'm scared of going in
A public restroom to do what humans got to do. Gross girls get nasty with the seat. Now my butt is hovering in a public restroom. It feels so good to be honest. Honesty bills report, but sometimes it's hard to trust when many people often suck.
Oh no, I got to poo.
in a
public restroom to do what humans got to do.
Old drunks have peed on this here seat.
Now my butt is hovering.
In a public restroom.
Oh Lord, this one is gross.
Tip your bathroom guy.
in that fancy club.
Tip your bathroom.
It's classic, dude.
I remember living in San Diego, and like every once in a while, I'd like drive down there, 40-minute drive to go to downtown San Diego and like go to a club or something. And then whenever I'd use the bathroom, I'd be like, oh shit, there's a bathroom guy. You know, it's like, this guy's like, oh, what do you want for your hands? Do you want something nice for your hands? Like, I guess. What about for your breath? Sure. And then you're like, ah, shit, I got to tip him. You know, so you just smelled your shit, and now you got to tip him. I'm not really a night pooper, but I mean, hypothetically.
Yeah, were you pooping?
Sometimes.
No,
push
no,
comes to
no.
shove.
I was gonna say,
I've trained
like,
my butt to go in the mornings.
Even if you're there, I mean, you wash your hands, and they
Yeah.
like to give you the mints and like the little towels and stuff.
It's probably pretty nice if I was more open-minded of a person. Do you like the bathroom guy?
So the only place that I tell you guys off camera, but there's one bar that I and my friends will go to where there is a bathroom guy, and he's also my friend's cocaine dealer. So I feel like I don't carry cash. I'll tip them in like a high five or something like that. But I feel like that's also like that's a client right there. Like that's a lot of good repeat business if you're making connects like that.
So one of the things he was going to say off camera that he said his friend's cocaine dealer.
Well, I'll tell you, I don't want to name the bar.
Of course.
Of course.
That
stays.
is hilarious.
The fact that my friend's a cokehead. Yeah, that's a
Great.
different thing.
Cycling frog.
Can you
It
just
is
name your friend?
No, don't name the
not?
friend.
No.
No.
I probably have more than one cokehead friend. Like the other ones would get offended.
Yes. So
I don't know that I've ever been to a bathroom with a bathroom guy. I can't think of one instance where there was a bathroom guy there.
Well, I know one place you can go and also get cocaine.
is it probably? It could be from the bathroom guy. I mean, that would be a good side hustle if I was a bathroom guy.
You got to find a way to move the merch.
Yeah, exactly. Got to move the merch. Everybody's just trying to make $1.
That's 2026, man.
Yeah, for sure.
AI can't do that job.
Nope. No, well,
Dow Jones.
could, but it probably won't. So, Nick, we have a band here that. Are you into reggae at all?
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah. We have a band here called Reggaenomics that I think you're really gonna like.
Oh yeah, we got the album cover. I don't know if the camera cut to that, but I was actually eyeing that today. I was like, that's actually pretty sick.
It is pretty sick. And Troy, what song do you think we should start with by Reggaenomics?
I think Make America High Again is probably a good place to start.
Okay.
I'm on board.
Let's do it. Let's do it. So this is Make America High Again by Reggaenomics.
Forgive the offense, let the sweet smoke commence. Oh, make America high again. It's our truth, your truth. Grow a brand new strain. Legalize, harmonize. Look into my red eyes. Everyone's high beneath the red, white, and blue skies. Put on your red hats. Rat out them Democrats. Get control of the house. Where elephants not scared of mouse. Take out the liberal trash. 40 bucks a day for orange crush. Yes, MAGA is sweet, but Maya has weed. Oh, make America high again. From east to west by a plane or a train. Build up the wall, higher back my pens. Forgive the offense, let the sweet smoke commence. Oh, make America high again. It's our truth, your truth. Grow a brand new strain. Legalize, harmonize. Look into my red eyes. Everyone's high beneath the red, white, and blue sky. They talk about the stolen votes, the rigging of the poll. Well, I got Cheech and Chong OG to soothe my tired soul. Stop the steal, but first go and fill the grinder up. Roll a fat baseball bat joint, spark that beautiful bitch up. We want to rebuild nation in our own image. Pass the joint around like a basketball scrimmage. Yes, my guy has the promise, but my has the bud. The real American dream is sticky, icky suds. Oh, make America high again. From east to west, via plane or a train. Build up the wall, higher back, Mike Pence. Forgive the offense, let the sweet smoke commence. Oh, make America high again. It's our truth, your truth. Grow a brand new strain. Legalize, harmonize. Look into my red eyes. Everyone's high beneath the red, white, and blue skies.
Dude, I literally no notes. That was so good. I'm so excited to get back in the car and go put that on. That's literally the entire drive home.
That is one of the few ones you can find on Spotify right now.
Seriously, dude.
Yeah, but we may take a stand.
least for now.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. But
Fuck yeah, dude.
that's Reggaenomics. They have a full album with a different singer.
And an EP.
Yeah, and then an EP that was the last thing that they dropped with about 5 or 6 songs.
Okay.
Here's another song from that EP, Trickled Down Love. Are you ready to?
Bro, the whole thing is like Republican. Dude, I'm
Yeah.
so bro,
Yeah.
let's fucking go.
The world's first Republican
Conservative reggae.
conservative reggae song.
I am-
Conservative reggae
I'm
band.
so excited about
World's
it. This is
first
amazing.
conservative reggae.
And I would like to say this. I hope you agree. We have to agree to
Yeah, bro.
to make this work. But I feel like your podcast could play these songs whenever you want. What do you think?
Of course. Yeah. I
The
mean,
entire catalog.
if you want to play any of this stuff, go ahead.
Yeah.
I will. Are these guys on your label? Is
Yes,
this like
yes.
bro?
This is-
and it's recorded. We got this.
This
I'm
is
in now.
on our
Yes.
label.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, let's go. I'm
Yeah.
very excited
You can
about this.
push this to any
This is
platform.
amazing.
No worries, because
Yeah,
we're
no.
the guys that got to sign off. on it.
Reggaenomics, right?
There it is.
Right
Dude,
up there.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
the cover art is sick on this. I am in. I'm all in on this. This is amazing.
Well, let's play another track, man. This is Trickle,
I think
Trickle
if
Down
you
Love.
liked that one, you'll like this one even better.
Oh, yeah.
I think, honestly.
Let's go. Reggaenomics. Conservative reggae.
Let's go.
Trickle down love, that's a no decree. Got the finest green from Stoner Comedy.
the seed capital for the love that is paid. The capital gains is the buzz in my brain. It's a long-term strategy. Welfare is a shame. You gotta trust the system. The smoke will descend. Socialists will tell you prosperity ends when my lungs are full. That's the job creation. The exhale of love spread around the nation. Trickle down love. That's the new decree. Got the finest green from Stoner Comedy. When the biggest split burn, that's the top of the flow. Gotta pass the good fortune, gotta watch the love grow. One love, one joint, one economic plan. Love trickles down to every woman and man. If you feed the most love to the ones at the top, it trickles down class by class, half scrubs. Pick up the sickle, pick the fresh flower. Let the love trickle, get a golden shower. Oh, trickle down love, that's a new degree. Got the finest green from Stoner Comedy.
I saw you guys both with the words, and I was like,
That's the top of the flow. Gotta pass the good fortune. Gotta watch your love grow. One love, one joint, one economic plan. Love trickles down to every woman and man.
Can you feel the love trickling down?
Trickle it on me. I love that.
I could use a golden shower.
Yeah.
you gotta pay a lot of money usually.
Just gonna wash your balls and your pits like your regular showers, Troy?
Yeah, with
Is there a
gold.
loofah?
With gold.
Yeah.
With gold.
Oh my god, dude, that's
man.
so good.
Did
That's
you like that one?
bro? That was incredible. Because I had like it's such a like cool, new, unique sound for what when you said do you like reggae? And it's like which I got a buddy who's in like a ska reggae band. We go see him all the time, and it's like it's a really good time. And I was like, bro, fuck yeah, absolutely I do. And I just kind of assumed that like we're just gonna, like we're about to get like standard fare reggae, and this is like a super fun new and it's like even before all the like the conservative stuff, I was like, damn dude, like this is like a good sound. And then it's like, wow, this was not the direction that I expected this to go at all, which is not, you know, you can listen to music that aligns with your politics and music that doesn't align with your politics, and you can still appreciate the music for what it is, even if you disagree.
sure.
Just any friend you have, you can disagree. Any restaurant you have, the owner has an opinion one way. You know what? You can always appreciate thing A for thing A and not like thing B because it's thing B. But that also is just a really like I did not expect. Like I thought it was a turn of phrase or something. I did not expect actual like trickle down economics to make its way into a reggae song and have it be fucking dope. Like it was really good though. Both those songs were really good, dude.
Yeah, every time I listen to it, I'm like, I'm learning something about economics, which is pretty cool. So part of the history of Reggaenomics is they actually had a different singer and a little bit of slightly different song style for their first album. And I'd like to play you one of those tracks too.
Okay.
It was a different time. Redistrict Rick is what we're going to be listening to by Reggaenomics.
District Rick.
Yeah.
Who's that? That's Ronald Reagan come to stay, man. Rick and man, they have a plan, man. And here it goes. Redistrict Rick, he's a prick, but donkey deserves it. Gerrymander salamander is the worst, but donkey is also a big fat jerk. Redistrict Rick red, white and blue. You make the rules, make us money too. Gerrymander salamander is so cool because I need my infinity pool. Redistrict Rick, he's a prick, but But T-Man don't read, that's evident. But he can draw some boobs. District Rick, he's a prick, but donkey deserves it. Gerrymander Salamander is the worst, but donkey is also a big fat jerk. Red District Rick to Missouri. Red District Rick. Red District Rick to Alabama. Red District Rick. Red District Rick to the Utah. Red District Rick. Red District Rick, elephant savior. Red District Rick, he's a prick, but donkey deserves it. Gerrymander Salamander is the worst, but donkey is also a big fat jerk. We just love to win. Rick and Mander, Slick Rick and the band of Fanders, yeah!
You can tell it's a different sound, you know.
It's a different sound. And also, I feel like it now becomes pretty clear that they're not leaning to the right, but we're still incorporating like just like a political philosophy into our like exclusive sound about reggae, like, which is pretty awesome. Like, and also, like, again, that song was pretty sick. Like, again, we could argue about redistricting and, you know, who this and who started this and whatever. We get into that whole thing, and like that would also be a very fun discussion. But like, just as a song, like, that's definitely pretty sick. Like, that sounded really good. I feel like you can tell a little bit of a difference between, you know, column A and column B. That was a little
early stuff, man.
A little like more tinny, a little bit more, you know, unvarnished, unfinished kind of a thing, but still like beat was there. The themes were there. The movement was there. Like,
well, they evolved quite a bit. And I think this is the cool thing about bands too. There's two different songwriters in this band, clearly, and they're going to have a slightly different perspective, right, with their songwriting. So that's why it's just good to talk to people about their opinions and politics and all that kind of stuff, because that's where you really learn about things.
Oh yeah, bro.
But I think we should play another song by Reggaenomics, more of their contemporary stuff. Legalized Marijuana. Is that one of the ones you want to play?
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Dude, we should definitely play that one.
Nice. Let's do it.
Republicana. Legalize it. Smoke marijuana. Legalize it. Vote Republicana. Smoke itty dokity. Ocasy pocusy. Shout about Antifa. Is it worth all of us?
Bro. Do these guys do like, can I go see these guys sometime?
Maybe someday. Yeah.
They might be starting to play shows pretty soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, okay, this is.
Would you hire them? Like a Republican event in
I
Portland?
want to now. I want like everything that I know has like 70-year-olds that show up to this. Who I like. Maybe some of them are cool. I mean, literally that line was in that song. Is like Republicans need to chill out. That's very real. But that would be so freaking fun to just like, hey man, we're gonna do Republican reggae show.
Yeah.
And just everybody's gonna just lose their minds. Everybody's gonna be like, man, what the fuck is this? And then just like straight out of curiosity, and then everybody's gonna get in. They're like, actually, this is sick. Like,
Yeah.
this is great.
Yeah.
I
I feel like they could do really well.
Yeah, me too. And we run a label that is bleeding money, but we're scrappy. And I think we could make that happen.
Bro.
Don't you?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool,
Synergy.
cool.
Synergy.
And we truly believe that even though we're not Republican, well, I'm not, and I don't think Troy is either, I think he's in the middle, that Reggaenomics is what this country needs. Republicans need a reggae for them.
Amen.
Bro, that's real.
And they need to open themselves up to other ideas, and they need to help open up hardcore liberals to other ideas as well. Mm-hmm. Smoke a doobie with your friends that believe in different things than you.
And get a golden shower.
And
Get a golden shower.
maybe that's optional. But yeah, I feel strongly about this.
It was in there. If you chill out, if you like enjoy your fellow man, like all that kind of crap, like it's just you don't have to pick fights about everything all the time.
No.
Like, sometimes you could just be chill. Like you could go fight later about whatever pissy thing you want. That's fine. But
Sure.
man, people could chill out a little bit more.
I think
Probably wouldn't.
I totally agree. All around.
Simpatico.
All around. Like Reggaenomics is what this country needs.
Yeah.
Might be. Maybe. Just hear me out. Put them on the ticket. Just as the whole band.
Just like, all right, guys,
Reggaenomics
you can vote for this if you want.
2028.
We could do it. We could make it happen. We can have
Like,
nice things.
I don't know. They could run this country better than it's being run right now.
And who's it? Somebody had the
That's
line
a
in the
low
phone
bar.
book. Like, I would trust the average person that I pointed my finger at in the phone book over any sitting member of Congress. And
Yes.
it's like,
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people are just like, honestly, yes.
Yes. I'm not even joking. I would actually agree with that line.
Yeah.
I would
100%, bro.
I would sub, if I didn't know who it was that you were subbing them for, I would choose the anonymous person that I was subbing
The
them
phone
for.
book,
Like,
just flip it open, point to a name, and
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
Tim Atherson or whatever. We should bleep that if there's like, there's like a real Tim Atherson. Like, Mom, don't pick me for Congress.
Sorry, Nick. We don't have a bleep budget.
Yeah, that's it, man.
So I think I want to
Also, Tim Atherson, though, kind of like, I would vote for Tim Atherson. That
Yeah, it does sound like a
pretty good-
politician. Yeah,
He sounds
Congressman Atherson from Nevada's 6th, whatever.
It sounds pretty middle. I like.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Tim, call us. We'll run your campaign.
There you go. I did want to return to the album we're actually talking about today, Tame Impala Currents. You brought up, Nick, earlier the album art, And I read a little ditty that was pretty interesting about that. It says the iconic purple and silver cover art designed by artist Robert Beatty depicts vortex shedding, a real fluid dynamics phenomenon where a stream of liquid or gas is disrupted by a solid object, visually symbolizing the album's themes of personal upheaval. And I had to read like this because there's a mic in the way. But
yeah, and it also was really distracting because you kept going in and out of like where the sweet spot for your voice was while you were doing that too.
It was like
and
a
that
phaser.
like really
like a real life phaser.
as I'm watching you do that, I'm like, stop doing that. Stop doing that.
This is so much to fix in post.
Dude, Troy, do you know how hard it is for me to be the facts guy? Okay. It's very, very hard, but
The real-time
I didn't
fact checker.
I didn't ask you to be the facts guy on this one, but you seem to like take it on. So I'm letting you. I mean, you run with it, but it's true. I'm usually the facts guy.
yeah. But what is vortex shedding? Have you guys ever heard about that?
I have no idea what that is. No.
That sounds like a sick phrase, and I like now I want to find a way to incorporate that into conversations. I watched Star Wars one time, and I saw the Family Guy episode where they're like, a parsec is a unit of measurement rather than a unit of time, and I was like, I'm gonna go on Wikipedia rabbit hole about what a parsec is, and now it's like now I know all about it, and it actually is quite interesting. But now I'm also gonna go on the Wikipedia rabbit hole of vortex shedding.
Yeah.
But I do feel like if the themes are supposed to be upheaval, I feel like that comes across. I feel like that is something that is supported, probably not, I don't think augmented, but I think that is supported by the cover art as you walk through. I say this also as a guy who doesn't really conceptualize or digest art in necessarily the way that it's always intended. I just say, ooh, a pretty picture that kind of looks like a bird or something like that. But I do realize that there are a lot of themes that are supposed to go along with these things. And like, as you kind of walk through it, as you are my sommelier, my musical and artistic sommelier for the evening, it does all feel like that is what I felt when when you look at that picture.
Yeah. How did it make you feel?
Well, I still don't understand what it is that you just said in your fact check there about the album art, but I did notice like the sort of Einsteinian, if you will, like the bending of like the straight lines around the sphere, and like you guys know about like the solar eclipse, and that's how Einstein actually proved that light bends, is that during a solar eclipse, the reason you can see light from the sun around the moon is because it bends around it. And that's like, so like that is what I thought of when I saw that actual like album art, the way that it's running, like those lines are running straight across, and then there's the sphere in the middle, and it kind of like bends around it. But then it like kind of gets like messed up on the other end of that. Also, it's just like I don't know what it represents necessarily, but that's like where my mind went with that. Yeah, bending space and time sort of stuff. But
smart
anyways,
vortex shedding. I thought vortex shedding was what happens in the shower when you're using your loofah on your balls.
we had to have the callback to like three other things from tonight.
Well, we actually have a track.
By the way, Ryan, I think you're using the loofah wrong. I don't think that the loofah is meant for that part of your body. Like
there's
really
other shower equipment. You could
that's-
get a fleshlight or something.
Yeah.
Wait, you're not supposed
Be careful. Yeah, be careful around the like sensitive parts.
You're not supposed to loofah your balls?
I wouldn't. I would.
First thing I did.
I would not.
First thing.
I'm not getting that thing near my. That's way too sensitive down there.
No.
It didn't get scratchy for you?
Well, I enjoy the scratch.
Hey, everybody, if you enjoy it, go by all means.
Okay,
go ahead.
this is what happens. This is the
Balls
problem
to the wall.
with one-click ordering from Amazon. This is a problem
that's
because
true.
I was like, all right, I need to put some
Don't
more.
blame Amazon for you misusing the loofah on your own testicles.
I was about to, but now I'm going to play this song called How Do You Shave Your Balls? by I think it's by Lame Impala again. And then we'll wrap up soon here, Nick, if you got to get going. Do you got to get going pretty soon here?
I do have to pee pretty soon.
Okay.
That sounds like a game plan.
Well, let's play this song, and then we'll play a song that you could go to the bathroom for, and then maybe we could, or just play 2 more songs and wrap it up.
Bro,
how about that? Let's
I'm
do
in.
that. Okay. All right, here we go. How do you shave your balls?
How do you shave your balls? How do you shave your shaft? Why don't we share that, man? I'm afraid to Google that. I'm scared of what I'll find. A schlong that isn't mine. How do you shave your balls? And how do you shave your shaft? Tell that to men, and we can come back to an age where we're better again. Don't you think? Women tell that stuff to each other. I think they share many things that help each other, men. But we still keeping the ball thing and the shaft thing and the shave thing to ourselves. So how do you shave your balls? How do you shave your shaft? Why don't we share that, man? I'm afraid to Google that. I'm afraid of what I'll find. A schlong that isn't mine. I'm afraid I like it and keep Googling that shit. Oh, how do you shave your balls and your shaft? Why don't we share that? Why don't we share that? Why don't we share that? Why don't we share that?
I'm trying to get a Manscaped sponsor.
Henry's, please call this band. Dude wipes.
Yeah, dude, like,
Yeah, it's look at that.
Is she?
These things that like do advertise on podcasts.
Literally giving shout outs for free right now as we're talking about.
People are filling up their Amazon cards for 1 click.
There you go.
Wow.
So you guys have a process for how you shave your balls?
I don't shave mine.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll get the
I trim.
trimmers.
Yeah, I trim. I don't ever shave.
Snip, snip, snip. I would be way too scared to do that, and definitely to Google it. That this is real.
I wouldn't. I've never have, and I don't know. I can't imagine a situation where I would going forward.
I would be terrified.
I'm not saying like a straight razor on it.
I think any razor I would feel problematic with. I would feel not
a
safe.
jagged razor, not a circular razor,
I use an
much less a
electric
straight
one.
razor.
I use an electric one, and let me tell you, it's like dealing with uranium. You know, you have to be really safe.
Yes.
You got to really concentrate.
Yeah.
I played some golf at the driving range today with a buddy.
You
Troy
did?
Troy bought my golf cherry, which was much appreciated. Thank you. But just the focus, the level of focus you have to have on your swing.
Yeah.
Very comparative to the level of focus you have to have on your balls while you're trying to shave them. Because one mistake, not good.
Yeah, that
Not
would
good.
be. You would not recover from that.
But I got to get the Silk Bear somehow. Silk Bear. So we're going to play one more song.
No, I can't. I gotta pee. Just like I think Nick does too.
Okay, we're just ending it.
I can't go even one more.
Okay. You want to? Okay.
Call the ball.
Unless you really want to play
How
the
about
song.
you pee?
All right, go ahead. Yeah, sure.
All right. Let's just call it a show.
Boom.
Bye.
That's an episode right there.